Yo, what up, YouTube? Rob the Black signing in. Yeah, I'm not on my my normal location, but I had to get this one out. It's about Black Panther. Now, the movie was phenomenal. Best Marvel movie I've ever seen. And this is even to trump the Avengers. Best Marvel movie I've ever seen. Just everything about it, the dialogue, the screenplay, the actors, everything was perfect. Now, my issue. One day, my wife comes home and tells me a friend of hers on Facebook, black chick, posted on Facebook when Black Panther came out with quotes, "Finally, we have our own superhero movie. It's about time. This is for us." Unquote. Now, I had to weigh my feelings in on that because that was some of the most ignorant stuff that I've ever heard. And you guys know me, I don't play that whole, since I'm black, I gotta follow the masses of what most African Americans do. No. I'm more about just being real and being truthful about what's actually going on. Jumping on no bandwagon, just being realistic about it. So what I told my wife, really and truly, so it can get regurgitated back to the source. I know it won't, but just to put it out there, my biggest thing is that most African Americans are up in a uproar of positive feelings from the makings of Black Panther, and believing that this is our superhero movie because it was in Africa and it revolved around Africans and the made-up country of Wakanda, which really and truly encompassed really 4 nations in Africa, but they named it Wakanda. Marvel's notorious for using real venues for their screenplays, but this time it's Wakanda. Now, however, as I digress, this is where the ignorance comes in, because now, which the movie came out in a great time, Black History Month, awesome. In a time where there's still a lot of black injustice going on. But one thing most black folks don't realize is that this movie just wasn't made for us. This is a comic book series. Do you realize that this comic actually came out in the 1960s as Black Panther? That's one thing that gets me. Is like a lot of black people don't realize that this came out in the 1960s. He was the first Marvel black superhero. But a lot of people don't realize that he came out in the 1960s. It was Stan Lee, and I forget what the other guy's name is, but it doesn't even matter. But it was the other guy that was the one that was actually writing the comic for this one. He wrote about 10 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Stopped writing it because he wanted to work on other superheroes. Just really and truly got tired of just working on one, Marvel comic or superhero, and wanted to work on other stuff. So throughout the years with that's how Black Panther was injected into other stories or other comics. For example, Avengers. I think he was even in Fantastic Four. Don't quote me on this. So he was injected into other Marvel comics. So that, just given that education by itself, should make black people think twice before jumping on a bandwagon of they finally made a superhero just for us. And I heard a rumor of that someone was trying to actually see if they can get money from the proceeds made from Black Panther itself and the percentage given to Africans, which is insane. That's like me saying, well, since you're making so much money on this with your company, you need to pay me. That's crazy. But, I don't want to really, burn your ears off, but it was just irking me. It's been burning me up. I had to put this down on, on social media, like my feelings about it. If anything, we should be coming together by ourselves and not having to have a storyline to make us stronger. We should be stronger as a person. But, enough on this rant. Rob the Black, signing out. Everybody have a good day. Peace.